It's not in the usual place, and it's not at the usual time of year, and by the way, it's raining, but this is still state softball. Good morning, softball fans, and welcome to Edward Jones Bob Hunthausen coverage of the WIAA High School Softball State Tournament, presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, AM 1590 WPVL.com, and AM 1590 WPVL mobile app worldwide, including in Colorado. From King Park on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, this is the Division III semifinal between the 4th seed Lomira Lions and the number 1 seed Dodgeville Dodgers. The winner this afternoon heads to the Division III championship game against 3rd seed Peshtigo or 2nd seed Prescott tonight. And if Dodgeville is there, weather permitting, we'll bring you the state championship tonight at 6:40 on 97.7 Country WGLR. I'm Steve Prestigard along with Tyler Dictatis. They started the warm-ups early, so we're going to tell you it's time for the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. And we'll be back after this on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL from Green Bay State Softball, and now joined by Dodgeville coach Gene Van Dyke. Thanks for joining us. First question is, here we are at State. How's it feel?
Feels just awesome. Been too long. Had some great teams that for one reason or another didn't make it. Now here we are.
And the thing that's interesting, of course, is this is not a team that's senior dominated in terms of numbers. I mean, you have a junior pitcher and you have a bunch of sophomores in starting spots and all that. What is your explanation for how this team, kind of the year after team in a sense, got to State?
Well, I can tell you right now, if you don't have a really good youth program, today's softball, you're not going anywhere. And we've got a really solid parent-dominated youth program. And so historically, if I had one freshman every 4 years start, it'd be something special. And now 2 or 3 freshmen start every year. They come in at that level.
So in other words, they come here, they're new to school, but they're ready to play, basically.
They're ready to play. We've got to work with them. I mean, they're going to improve, but they're ready to play.
All right. Now, your tournament field has been about as actually more difficult than anybody else in the Division III, because you had to be 3 ranked teams to get to State, and I think no one else had more than 1. Did that help you a lot, you think, in terms of getting ready here?
It helped getting ready. And then we played several D1 teams, some D2 teams, and so we had a tough schedule all the way through, and it was a miracle to get through that section with 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in it. We were the ones lucky enough to get through. I mean, the games were tough all the way, so, yeah, we're tournament ready. We don't have any excuse that way.
And when you talk about tough games, that certainly describes the sectional final where Poinette had 5 runners left on in the first 3 innings, but your pitcher really did get stronger as the game went on, and your batters kind of pecked away a little bit and then finally put it together in the 9th inning.
Yeah, that's exactly how the game went. We were kind of lucky to get through the first 3, and after that she started to really get down to work and was able to pretty well, I don't know if it's called dominate them, but they didn't do anything all the way up through the last inning, so.
Okay. She got outs, which is the key thing, right?
She did. We've got a really, really good defense, and we pitched to our defense, so she did what she needed to do, and they did the rest.
All right, so now it's Lomira, and a team that I think they were last at State 6 years ago, I believe it was. They didn't have as hard a path through as mentioned, but they did have to beat Chilton, the number 10 ranked team, to get to say, what is it about the Lions that you see?
Well, you know, I don't know any of their opponents, and I don't know them, and it looked to me from the scores and from the teams, it's going to be a really tough state tournament. The 2 and 3 teams that are playing look to be really tough. Palmyra may be down a step, it may not. I know their pitcher has been doing a lot of throwing since she was young, and so we're going to have to be on our game and get a break or 2.
All right, so what specifically do you feel like you need to do? Obviously, pitching is going to be key because it always is, right?
She's got to be on her game, and our defense has to be solid. I think our hitters will come through with some runs. I don't know how many, but I don't expect to see us get shut out or maybe even held to 1 or 2. I kind of think we'll throw 3 or 4 runs, and so after that, then it's up to the pitching and the defense to see how we do.
All right, thanks a lot. Congratulations on Grand State. Good luck today.
Thanks.
Gene Van Dyke, the Dodgeville coach, and we'll be back with more after these messages on AM 1590 WPVL.
Here's Bob Hunhauser coverage of high school softball in the rain, presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL on the Shoebox Scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. The winner again of this game takes on the winner of the second game today between Prescott and Peshtigo. That game, if Dodgeville is in it, we will follow. We'll try to get everything dried off between here and there and bring it to you on 97.7 Country WGLR. We're at King Park on the campus of the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. Yes, it is raining. The temperature is in the 70s. And I only bring up the raining thing because we're not in the press box.
Correct.
We're outdoors. And, well, we'll press on regardless because we don't have a choice. We drove 3.5 hours to get here after all. So we'll have to give you the lineup as it's brought to us because we were not told what the lineup was at the start of the game. We can guess what Platteville's and Dodgeville's is, I should say. We will tell you that today's game is brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say, we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Also brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. We'll tell you the Dodgeville defense first because it is it should be the usual defense. And that defense is Lucy Heimberl in left field, Danny Microot in center field, and Grace Graber in right field. At third base, Audrey White, the shortstop, is JoJo Heimberl. I'm writing all this down as I'm saying this. Maggie White is the second baseman. Carly Wolf is at first base. Behind the plate is Sarah Graber. And on the mound will be junior right-hander Annika Lord, who, by the way, is the granddaughter of Coach Gene Van Dyke. 31 years for Dodgeville, excuse me. Not sure why I just said that. Anyway, Lord this season, she's had a great year by any stretch of the imagination. Her record 15-2, ERA of 1.05. Her WHIP, walks plus hits per innings pitched, .95. She's pitched in 24 games, 126 and 2/3 innings. She's given up 82 hits, 19 earned runs, walked 30, struck out 157. In the win over Poinette in the sectional final on Wednesday. I did that game. Why could I not remember who it was? She went all 9 innings, and she gave up 5 hits. 2 runners got to third base. That was it. She struck out 5, walked 1. Now, 5 strikeouts doesn't strike you as being a dominating performance, but as Gene Van Dyke put it, she put the ball in play, and she let her fielders do the work, basically. And that was the job. All right, Riley Bates will lead off for Lomira. Her batting average, quite good. .627, a 1.512 OPS, 27 runs scored, 22 RBIs, and 3 for 3 in stolen bases, and immediately a deep fly ball to left, and it's going to have to be played off the wall, and it's a leadoff double for Bates. On the very first pitch, Bates doubles off the left field wall.
Next up, number 9, Julia Sitzberger.
And batting second will be Julia Sitzberger. And Sitzberger on the season, .327 batting average, .756 OPS, 14 runs scored, 8 RBI. And she bunts, and it's picked up by Audrey White, and the throw to first is in time. That moves Bates over to third with 1 out. And that will bring up the third hitter, which we think will be the pitcher today, Tinley Gassner. And the first pitch to Gassner is high for ball one. Gassner will be the pitcher today, batting third. Batting cleanup is Marie Steinman, the shortstop. Jordan Hannum, the first baseman, will bat fifth. And the 1-0 pitch is missing on the outside corner, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Rest of the lineup, Isabella Meisenheimer is the right fielder, batting sixth. Batting seventh, Tegan Sikora. And that pitch is a strike to make it 2-1. Sikora, the third baseman. Morgan Schrader is the designated player for catcher Alexa Paulsberg, batting eighth. And batting ninth, Kirsten Litterick is the left fielder. 2-1 pitch is low, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Lord got off to kind of a rough start in the win over Poinette. And the Pumas after the game probably kicked themselves as the pitch is outside, ball 4. So first and third with 1 out. And here's the cleanup hitter,
number 11,
Steinman. No score. With 1 out, here's a bunt attempt. Foul. The ball gets away, and coming in to score from third is Bates. That will be, let's see, wild pitch or pass ball?
I'm going to say pass ball. Went behind the catcher.
So the run score is the first run of the ball game, and it is 1-0 Lomira. And meanwhile, on the play, Gassner gets over to second base with 1 out. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Lord, a bunt attempt, and that one bounces foul, and it's a ball and a strike. Lomira, meanwhile, we didn't have a chance because they started the game early on us to tell you that they are 17-3. They were 10-2, second place in the Flyway Conference, behind the number 1 ranked team in Division III, Winnebago Lutheran. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that is a strike on the outside corner. For strike 3, 2 away. So 2 out. And here is Jordan Hannum, a junior, batting .286, 724 OPS, 5 runs scored, 14 RBIs. Actually, that is not. Okay, they just changed bats. I thought it wasn't 2 strikes yet. Of course, I didn't look at the scoreboard to check that. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Steinman. And here's Lord's pitch. Swing and a miss. Now there are 2 outs. And here is Isabella Meisenheimer, batting .172, 398 OPS, 7 runs scored, and 7 RBI. 2 away in the top of the first with a swing and a miss from Lord. 1 strike, 1-0 in favor of Lomira. A leadoff double, a sacrifice, and then a passed ball have given us the first run of the ball game. That pitch is high, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. No RBI. When there is an RBI, and I guess maybe we ought to say if there is an RBI, it will be presented by Midwest One Bank. Score more with Simply Better Banking's Midwest One Bank. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. I would say that Dodgeville, if they can get out of this inning without the 1 run, would be in good shape, except for the fact that sometimes 1 run's enough. The 1-2 high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gassner, the runner at second, she walked after the leadoff double and sacrifice as the rain starts to get a little bit harder. The 1-2, the 2-2, swing, all strike 3. And the inning is over, but a run scores on a hit and a walk. 1 left after a half inning. Lomira 1, Dodgeville coming to bat on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL.
People's State Bank would like to congratulate the class of 2021. To celebrate, we'll deposit $100 into a new People's Checking account just for you. People's Checking accounts include debit card, online and mobile banking, bill pay, and much more at no cost to you. Visit one of our 20 convenient locations to get your account set up and mention this ad to get this offer. The $100 bonus will be deposited in the account within 7 business days after the account has been active for 3 months. To be considered active, the account must have a minimum of 10 transactions and post and settle within the first 3 months of the account opening date. No minimum balance required to obtain bonus. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Chris Myers from Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster. Myers Heating and Cooling provides the best in indoor air quality and home protection. Not only do we take care of your furnaces, air conditioners, and boilers, we also treat your air and make sure that your home is healthy and safe. For the best options in air purification, home safety, and home comfort, that's Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster, Wisconsin. 608-723-6543. Myers Heating and Cooling. 24/7, 365. We're here for you.
Edward Jones, Bob Hunhausen coverage of high school baseball presented by high school softball presented by, see it's so wet we can't tell, presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. The Nutrition World starting lineups presented by Nutrition World Health and Wellness. Quality selection and knowledge, Rockville Health and Energy levels can be found at Nutrition World on South Water Street in Platteville. Dodgeville with its usual starting lineup. Grace Graber, the right fielder, will lead off. JoJo Heimel, the shortstop, bats second. And Graber to deep right field. And it's past the right fielder and all the way to the wall. Graber digs for 2. Graber digs for 3. And she has a triple to lead off. And I'm certain you have no trouble figuring out that we're sitting behind the Dodgeville fans after the leadoff triple for Graber. The rest of the lineup, let's see, where did I lead off? We have Danny Micrud in center field, batting third. Batting cleanup is Audrey White, the third baseman. Batting fifth is Maggie White, the second baseman. Cora Storkson, and there's a wild pitch, and coming home is Kramer. She scores! And we are tied at 1. So 2 pitches, a leadoff triple to right field, and then Graber scores on the wild pitch, and we are tied at 1. And here's JoJo Heimel, meanwhile, 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch is inside. The rest of the lineup, Cora Storkson is the designated player batting 6th. Carly Wolf, the first baseman, batting 7th. Sarah Graber, the catcher, bats 8th. And a swing and a miss. And it's 2-1. And batting 9th will be Lucy Heimel, the left fielder. And those 6, 7, 8, 9 batters, that was where the run came in against Poinette. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss from Heimel, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Heimel this season, .375 batting average, 102.7 OPS, 34 runs scored, 2 home runs and 12 RBIs, and a swing and a miss, and strike 3, 1 away. Here is Danny Micrud, the center fielder. The pitcher, as mentioned, Tinsley Gassner, 12-2, 108 earned run average. She's pitched in 14 games, 78 innings pitched, given up 45 hits, 12 earned runs, walked 16, struck out 113. And meanwhile, Micrud takes a called strike for strike 1. Today's game brought to you by Wilkinson Family Chiropractic. They offer chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic ultrasound, and electric therapy for your entire family. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic, located in Dodgeville, serving all of southwest Wisconsin. The pitch is swing and a miss, and quickly 2 strikes. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to decipher any of this because of all the rain, but I guess we have... we'll use Game Changer or something like that. We have to. 2-strike pitch. And that's a chopper up the middle, off the glove of the shortstop. And into short center field, so Micrud is aboard. And what are they going to call that? I think they'll call that a base hit.
Yeah, I didn't see on the scoreboard if they indicated hit or error on the upper right corner of the scoreboard, but
there's a reason for that. They didn't indicate anything. So at any rate, she's at first, and here is Audrey White, and she hits a base hit up the middle. Stopping at second is Micrud. So back-to-back singles on consecutive pitches. And now here is Maggie White, the fifth batter and the second baseman, and she's their leading hitter at 442, 1037 OPS, 24 runs scored. She's hit 2 home runs, 31 RBI. She was 1 for 4 in the win over Poinette. And the first pitch is low for a ball. Tied at 1 out in the bottom of the first inning in the rain at King Park on the campus of UW Green Bay. The next pitch is low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Today's game brought to you by Dodge Point Country Club, now open every day for golfing. Choose from a variety of memberships, including the popular 10 pass packs available. That's ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, which include 10 18-hole rounds, by the way, the 10 pass packs with cart. Dodge Point Country Club, located between Mineral Point and Dodgeville. 3-0 pitch. And that's a called strike to make it 3-1. We're also brought to you by Farmers Savings Bank with locations in Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb. They want you to get a great low mortgage rate. Call today. Congratulations to all area athletes. That pitch popped up foul and headed to and over the Dodgeville student section, or fan section. Congratulations to all area athletes from the Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC. We're tied at 1 out. Bottom of the first inning and a 3-2 count to Maggie White, and she swings and misses for strike 3. So it's either been strikeouts or hits to this point. Here is Cora Storkson, the designated player, batting for Annika Lord, the pitcher. Storkson started the game-winning rally in the bottom of the ninth by reaching on an error, and the lefty swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Storkson on the season, .304 batting average, 788 OPS, and that's a called strike. 2 strikes, 10 runs scored, 1 home run, 18 RBI. She was 0 for 3 in the game, but hit a fly ball to center field that the center fielder couldn't catch, and it was ruled an error. I thought it was a hit, but it was actually an error. A swing and a miss for Storkson to end the inning. So Gassner strikes out the side, but gives up a run on 1 hit. Actually 2 hits, 1 left, and our score after 1 in the State Division III semifinal. Lomira 1, Dodgeville 1. Back after this on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL.
West Bend and the Peterson Agency offer just the right insurance protection for your unique business. Just ask the owners of child care centers, beauty salons, fitness facilities, and dozens of other businesses across the Midwest. West Bend and the Peterson Agency understand these businesses and can provide insurance programs tailored to the services they provide. Along with comprehensive coverages, are loss prevention experts who help keep your business safe. To find out more, call the Peterson Agency in Argyle, 608-543-3354.
It took us years to find the most perfect soft pretzel bun for Culver's Pretzel House Pub Burger. Seared beef plus aged cheddar and our signature cheddar cheese sauce. House pickled onion and pure pretzel bun perfection.
Culver's in Platteville, Dubuque, Galena, and Prairie du Chien.
Hi, this is Steve Schmidt, owner of the Shoe Box in downtown Black Earth. We have thousands of pairs of shoes in stock, no waiting. So stop in anytime, specializing in size, selection, and fit. We will save you money. P.S. We measure both feet. Stop into the Shoe Box, the largest shoe store at the north end of Black Earth.
ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, bringing you in the middle of the rain in Green Bay, Edward Jones coverage of the state softball tournament presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster. We're tied at 1. First run for Lomira scored on a pass ball after a double. First run for Dodgeville scored on a wild pitch after a triple. And here's the number 6 hitter, Isabella Meisenheimer. And the first pitch is pop foul behind the Lomira fans out of play. Meisenheimer this year a 172 batting average, 398 OPS, 7 runs scored, and 7 RBI. Land's End is proud of the Dodgers softball team and wish them continued success during their state tournament. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Low, 1 ball and 1 strike. With summer in full swing, Land's End is now hiring full and part-time positions in our Dodgeville Distribution Center. Land's End offers great pay, a variety of schedules, a generous discount, and an awesome work environment. Secure your job today by going to landsend.com/jobs. That's landsend.com/jobs. Swing and a miss. Ball got away from Graber, but nobody's aboard, so that doesn't matter. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're tied at 1. Top of the second inning amidst the rainfall. And here's the 1-2 pitch. That bounces up there, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Properties LLC from Dodgeville, own and operate in the beginning child care and learning center with locations in Boscobel and Prairie du Chien. Mark your calendars now to attend the fundraiser. Jam It on the Wisconsin, paying forward Friday, August 6th, 5 to 10, with music starting at 6. Featuring the Michael Microot Band. Portions of the proceeds will go back to the local fire and EMS. And a chopper to second, and Maggie White the underhand throw to first. 1 away. In the top of the second, here is Tegan Sikora, the third baseman. Sikora, 378 batting average, 842 OPS, scored 9 runs, driven in 9 runs this season. And she squares the bunt immediately, and Lord's first pitch is chopped foul at the plate for strike 1. I'm not sure how I'll be able to read these commercials by the end of the day, especially if it rains tonight, if we're here tonight, but we're going to get it done one way or another. And here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bob's Electric of Dodgeville offers top quality appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and Speed Queen. When it's time to purchase or upgrade your appliances, check out the package pricing offers that Bob's Electric in Dodgeville offers. Bob's Electric in Dodgeville. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out, and the pitch fouled off. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. We're brought to you by Bob Hunhauser, your Platteville Edward Jones representative. He salutes her athletes on their hard work. Protect your team investments with Bob Hunhausen, Edward Jones Investments, off Business 151, Inside Drive in Platteville. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. And Lord looks in, gets the sign, and the pitch. Popped up, headed this way, and Sarah Glaber makes the basket catch. And gets the approval of all of the Dodgeville fans behind us, because it was right in front of them. 2 away. In the top of the second inning, no score. Also, we're brought to you by Dodgeville Family Chiropractic Wellness Center in Dodgeville, improving your health naturally through chiropractic, massage, and physical therapy services. First pitch is outside for ball 1 to Morgan Schrader, the designated player. Schrader this year, 205 batting average, 512 OPS, 7 runs scored, and 3 RBI. And that pitch is popped foul. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Dodgeville Family Chiropractic Wellness Center, improving your health naturally through chiropractic, massage, and physical therapy services, as I just said. Dodgeville Family Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Dodgeville. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Top of the second, we're tied at 1. And the pitch. Popped down the left field line, foul. Chasing is Heimerl, trying to make a diving catch, but was unable to come up with it. The Sports Page in Belmont welcomes everyone to stop in for some ice cold beverages and order off our menu. Weekly specials, Friday night fish, Saturday night prime rib, and Sunday's large 2-topping pizza. The Sports Page serving Wednesday through Friday 11 to 1:30 and 4:30 to 9, and Saturday and Sunday open 11 to close. 1 and 2 with 2 out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So after a rough first inning, it's a 1-2-3 second inning. And after an inning and a half, tied at 1 on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL.
AM 1590 WPVL is proud to bring back our Gallery of Graduates, presented by Culver's of Dubuque, Galena, Platteville, and Prairie du Chien, and Cuba City Family Dental. It's your chance to honor a recent graduate by going to our station's website and clicking the link to enter their picture, plus writing a brief bio about the graduate. No professional photography, please. Sponsored by First Community Bank of Galena and Apple River State Bank, Galena, Hazel Green, Apple River, Elizabeth, Hanover, Warren, and Scales Mound.
Save today on your next project with 11% off everything now at Menards. parts. Dutch Boy Max Bond is an exterior paint and primer with extreme adhesion technology. It provides superior adhesion to chalky, dirty, glossy, or previously painted surfaces. Save today on your next project with 11% off all Dutch Boy Max Bond exterior paint. Good through July 4th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Bottom of the second inning in ESPN Radio's coverage of the state softball tournament. Edward Jones, Bob Hudhausen coverage of state softball presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster. We're tied at 1 going to the bottom of the second inning. And Dodgeville brings up Carly Wolf, Sarah Graber, and Lucy Heimerl. 7, 8, 9 batters. Wolf on the season, .269 batting average, 712 OPS, 9 runs scored, 2 home runs, and 13 RBI. She was 2 for 4 in the win over Poinet. In fact, had the second base hit of that inning. That was a wild inning, to say the least. Torsten reached on the single, or on the error, actually, so Wolf had the one base hit. Next pitch, high. 2 balls, no strikes. Then they changed pitchers before Wolf, so she got the base hit. And then pinch runner Paige Mee stole third. The next batter, Sarah Graber, reached on after getting hit by the pitch, 3-0. And then a ground ball to short. The shortstop didn't throw it home. She threw it to first. Mee scored the winning run. The only run of the game. 3 balls and no strikes, meanwhile, to Wolf. And that's high, and Wolf walks on 4 pitches. Today's game brought to you by 608 Custom Screen Print in Dodgeville. They can assist you with screen printing, T-shirts, and sweatshirts, uniforms for teams and events. Visit 608 Custom Screen Print on Facebook to send Phil and Catherine a message and to place an order. 608 Custom Screen Print in Dodgeville. There's the bunt by Sarah Graber, and that's a fair ball, and the throw to first is in time, barely. So the 1-3 sacrifice moves Wolf to second with 1 out, and here's the 9th batter, Lucy Heimerl, the left fielder. Heimerl this year, .279 batting average, 679 OPS, 16 runs scored, 1 home run, and 17 RBI. She's a left-handed hitter. Now the home plate umpire is going to talk to the other 2 umpires. And that will give us the chance to tell you that today's game is brought to you by Doolittle's Pub and Eatery in Lancaster. Check out Doolittle's new outdoor seating area for your next cold beverage or satisfying bite to eat. Doolittle's on the square in Lancaster. Also brought to you by Dewey's Tire Repair for all your family, all your farm, auto, and truck tire sales and service needs. The best place to take a leak, Dewey's Tire Repair in Platteville. I don't know what that was about, but here's Heimerl with a runner at second, 1 out. And a 1-1 tie, and Heimerl takes low for ball 1. Here's the pitch, and it's hit down the right field line. Foul. And it's a ball and a strike in today's game, brought to you by Gorgon Funeral Services, caring for families from all walks of life since 1942. Leaders in their profession, dedicated to excellence in service and the highest integrity. Gorgon Funeral Services, Dodgeville, and Mineral Point. Next pitch, swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Heimerl, who got the game-winning RBI ground out in the bottom of the 9th inning on Wednesday. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is the 3rd strikeout in the game for Gassner, and 2 away. Back to the top of the order, and Grace Graber, who tripled to lead off the bottom of the 1st and then scored on a wild pitch. We're tied at 1, and the first pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Today's game brought to you by Claire Bank, with their 8 locations in southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say, we can do that, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. The 1-0 pitch, pop foul at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And we're also brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch, swing and a miss at a changeup. She was way in front of that, and it's 1-2. Gasser gets the sign from her catcher. 1-2 pitch. Pop foul at the plate. And headed foul past the stands on the right side that have the Dodgeville fans here on the first base side. And we'll do a ball and 2 strikes again in the rain. And the pitch. High. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is an artificial turf surface, which is a big selling point today, obviously. And the 1-2 pitch. Chopped up the middle. Base hit. Rounding third to the plate comes Wolf. She is in. And the Dodgers take the lead. 2-1. Graber's second hit of the game. And a Midwest One Bank RBI. Score more with Simply Better Banking. Midwest One Bank. Member FDIC. 2-1 Dodgeville. With 2 away in the bottom of the second, here's JoJo Heimroll, the shortstop, who struck out back in the first inning. Left-handed batter, and she takes the called strike. Don't know if we mentioned Heimroll this year, 375 batting average, 1027 OPS, 34 runs scored, 2 home runs, 12 RBI. The next pitch is low, and the catcher comes out of her crouch, but does not throw. Grace Graber at first, and the 1-1 pitch, and that's a ball just missing the outside corner at the knees. 2 balls. 1 ball. No, they did call that a strike. 1-2. I didn't see the signal. 1-2 pitch. That just missed, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. We were talking Tuesday, remember, about the home plate umpire with this very delayed strike?
Right, yeah.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And
or no, that's strike 2. Now it's a full count.
Now it's 3-2 with 2 out. Scoreboard was wrong. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that is chopped to second, and the throw is just in time at first base to end the inning. But a walk and a hit lead to a run. 1 runner left or score after 2. In the State Division III semifinal, Dodgeville 2, Lomira 1.
Hi, this is Chris Myers from Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster. Myers Heating and Cooling provides the best in indoor air quality and home protection. Not only do we take care of your furnaces, air conditioners, and boilers, we also treat your air and make sure that your home is healthy and safe. For the best options in air purification, home safety, and home comfort, that's Myers Heating and Cooling in Lancaster, Wisconsin. 608-723-6543. Myers Heating and Cooling. 24/7, 365. We're here for you.
Edward Jones, Bob Unhausen coverage of high school softball presented by Myers Heating and Cooling on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. Top of the third inning, Dodgeville leading Lomira 2-1. At the plate now is number 1, Riderick, and she hits this one to second base for a quick put away. First pitch hits to second. Quick out for the Dodgers. It's going to go back to the top of the order now for Lomira. Batting is number 2, Riley Bates, the second baseman. She hit a double in her first appearance. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch, just a bit outside. 1-0 the count. Pitch upcoming. Here it is. And this one's hit into center field, and it's going to bounce in front of the center fielder, which is number 4, Daniel Mike-Root.
She looked like she played that a little conservatively, hoping that deciding to play it on the bounce instead of trying to make a more aggressive play on it, that if she missed it, it would go all the way to the wall on this very fast turf surface.
So 1 on, 1 out. Now batting is number 9, Julia Sitzberger, the center fielder. Here's the pitch. And this one is fouled. Yeah. Luckily, there was a backstop here.
Yes.
Otherwise, one of us would have a bit of an injury, and we might be listed day to day.
Well, aren't we all day today, though?
Yeah, in a way, aren't we all? 1-1 count, 1 out. Dodgeville leading Lomira 2-1. Division III state semifinal matchup. One pitch. He's in there for a strike. Catcher throws to first. Runner is safe, but barely. To this point, the pitch count is at 30 for today's starting pitcher, Annika Lord. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout for out number 2. Brings up number 10, Tenley Gassner, the pitcher. Tenley Gassner was walked in her last plate appearance. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
Well, I think I mentioned this, or maybe not completely, but in the first 3 innings of that game on Wednesday, they let 5 runners on base. And Lord got stronger as the game went on.
That pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 count with 2 outs.
And as it turned out, she only walked 1 batter, and I believe they only had 1 base runner from about the 4th inning onward.
1-1 pitch. Chopped just foul. Went foul initially and then went back into the field to play, but they're going to say it's a foul ball. 1-2 now the count.
Also bounced off Gassner.
The cleanup hitter, Marie Steinman. The shortstop is on deck. Here's the 1-2. This one's fouled back. We'll do 1-2 again.
So, this field is, it's the site that University of Green Bay has always played here, but King Park, the facility itself, the building is new. In fact, just opened up this spring.
And this one is hit into center field on a hop. And that'll be a single for Gassner, the pitcher. So runners on first and second, 2 outs, top of the 3rd inning.
That was a good job of hitting by Gassner. She didn't try to swing too hard. She just met the ball, basically, and dumped it up the middle.
So that brings up the shortstop, Marie Steinman, who is 0 for 1. Yeah, runners on first and second. Here's the pitch from Lord. And that one is just off the strike zone for ball 1. I want to thank Wilkinson Family Chiropractic. They offer chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic ultrasound, and electric therapy for your entire family. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic, located in Dodgeville and serving all of southwestern Wisconsin. Count is now 1-1 with 2 outs. Dodge Point Country Club is now open every day for golfing. Choose from a variety of memberships, including the popular 10-pass packs available, which include 10 18-hole rounds with cart. Dodge Point Country Club, located between Mineral Point and Dodgeville. 1-1 count, swing and a miss, strike 2. 1-2 count, runners on first and second. Dodgeville leading 2-1. See if Annika Lord can get the strikeout here to end the inning. And that one is fouled back. We'll do the 1-2 pitch again.
I'll tell you one thing we can't do. Use the bathroom like blow dryers,
right.
Hand dryers, because there are no bathroom hand dryers because there are porta potties here.
Yeah, definitely a much different setup than Fox City Stadium for baseball yesterday. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Annika Ward strikes out the last batter. Dodgeville leads 2-1, heading to the bottom of the 3rd here on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
Streaming is powered by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. If your vehicle is due for a spring cleanup from winter's worst, let Abra Auto Body make it look good again. From small dings to bigger dents, Abra Auto Body will repair your vehicle right the first time, on time. Be ready for summer fun in a good-looking vehicle. If you've had an accident, Abra can handle the repair and deal with the insurance for you. Abra Auto Body, a division of Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready.
Anderson Weber, you get more.
The 3, 4, and 5 hitters are due up for the Dodgeville Dodgers here in Green Bay for Edward Jones. Bob Hundhausen coverage of the WIAA Division III state semifinal between the Dodgeville Dodgers and the Lomira Lions. Dodgeville leading 2-1. The number 3 hitter is Danny Mykroot, wearing number 4, playing center field. She's 1 for 1 on the day with a single. And here's the first pitch of the inning. It's going to be in there for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Tenley Gassner, the right-handed pitcher for Lomira, is at 38 pitches so far in the ball game. Here's the 0-1. That one's going to be low for ball 1.
That's sort of a thing of curiosity more than anything else. Of course, there is no softball pitch count like there is in baseball, so that helps.
And this one is looped into the infield, caught by the second baseman, Bates. 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. Dodgeville leading 2-1. Want to thank Farmer Savings Bank with locations at Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb. They want you to get a great low mortgage rate. Call today. Congratulations to all area athletes from the Farmer Savings Bank, member FDIC. First pitch is in there for a strike. Now batting for Dodgeville's a cleanup hitter, number 27, Audrey White, playing third base today. Audrey White 1 for 1, swing and a miss, 0-2 the count.
I checked the weather app on my phone. It's, by the way, 73 degrees in the rain. It looks like we're going to get stuck with rain here for the rest of this game. They're saying tonight, if we get to that point, there may not be rain.
This one's a grounder past second base into center field. It's going to be a single for Audrey White. Audrey White now 2 for 2 on the ball game. Runner on first, 1 out. Dodgeville leading 2-1. That brings up number 12, Maggie White, playing second base. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
If Dodgeville wins, they'll play either, Prescott or Peshtigo tonight.
Oh! And the catcher throws to first, and it gets away. But the runner's going to stay at first. Audrey White staying at first base. Didn't see the full sequence of what exactly happened there.
Well, the ball got thrown into right field, but White decided not to try to get to second.
2-0 pitch,
but
gets
now,
away from the catcher, and now White gets to second base. Audrey White now at second. I think we'll call it, what was that, a wild pitch or a pass ball? We'll call it pass ball.
Yeah, that went right out of the catcher's glove.
So 2-1 count. Ball gets in there. White had a nice lead off second base going for third, but gets back in time. Here's the 3-1. Foul back. Full count now.
Jan Van Dyke coaching down at third base. The last time Dodgeville got here was 2000. The time before that, 1994. They finished in second, the Dodgers did, both years.
This one's popped up. Catcher can play it. And she holds on to it, but that's going to be an out. All right, so a pop out behind the catcher. It's going to be the Second out of the inning, Maggie White popping out.
That was a great play by Paulsburg. Meanwhile, moving to third was Audrey White. They just did an appeal play at second. Lomira is saying maybe she left early, but the umpire said no, she didn't. And now Jean Van Dyke is talking to the third base umpire. This being State, again, we get 3 umpires, home plate first and third, just like in the sectional round.
So Audrey White will stay at third.
And now the first base coach for Dodgeville, not sure what that was about. She came down to talk to the home plate umpire also. Now that goes back to first.
So that brings up Cora Storkson, wearing number 9. She's a designated player. That one's just inside for ball 1. Storkson 0 for 1 in her first appearance. That one is in there for a strike. 1-1 the count.
Well, looks like my Queen Bee radio windbreaker is waterproof.
Yeah.
Since water is now accumulating on it.
Yeah, the rain has let up a little bit as Storkson swings at strike 2. 1-2 now the count with 2 outs. But it is very humid.
You might say, this is an area you can cut in blocks.
1-2 pitch to Storkson. That's going to be high. 2-2 now the count.
Of course, that was basically what it was like in Platteville this morning also. So.
Right.
And it rained all the way up, so the fact we're wet is hardly a surprise if you drove up from Grant or Iowa counties today.
And this one is fouled to the left, hits the netting behind home plate. Still 2-2 count, 2 outs. Dodgeville leading 2-1. Now the pitch from Gassner. This one foul back again. Straight back this time behind the umpire. Still a 2-2 count. We'll try it for a third time.
Jean Van Dyke said on Wednesday when they won over Poinette, one of the keys to Dodgeville is they get production up and down the lineup. There are no weak spots, and Storkson showed that.
This one chopped too short. Here's the throw. Throw is in time. So Dodgeville strands a runner at third through 3. Dodgers leading Lomira at 2-1. We go to the 4th next on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL.
Need funds fast? A buy local loan from Wisconsin Bank and Trust allows you to use the funds for any purpose. Replace a broken water heater or upgrade your furniture. Funds are typically available within 2 to 3 business days. Visit WisconsinBankandTrust.com to get started today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Rookie's Food and Spirits on Highway 14 in Mazomanie is the perfect chaser to your shoebox shopping experience. Like Rookie's Food and Spirits on Facebook for updates on dine-in, takeout, and delivery service. Rookie's Food and Spirits.
What makes Wisconsin Dells such a big deal? Well, big splashes for one. Big rides, too. Big shows, big boats, and big scenery. The bigger, the better. Water parks? They're a pretty big deal around here. Big families? You bet. Small ones, too. Mini golf? Big time. 19+ million gallons of water? No biggie. Water slides? Big, bigger, biggest. Big attractions? Check. Big theme parks? Check. Big meals? Check, please. Wisconsin Dells. Now that's big. Go to wisdells.com and plan your trip today.
Dodgeville leads Lomira 2-1 here on Edward Jones Babenhausen coverage of the WIAA Division III State Semifinal on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. Today's game also sponsored by Bob's Electric of Dodgeville. They offer top quality appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and Speed Queen. When it's time to purchase or upgrade your appliances, check out the package pricing offers at Bob's Electric in Dodgeville. Offers Bob's Electric, Dodgeville. First pitch is in for a strike. Batting is number 13, Jordan Hanum, I beg your pardon. Raindrop is blocking my phone screen there.
Actually, I think it's Hanum.
Hanum,
if I can tell, because I think there are raindrops over. Although somebody had the foresight to put plastic on the lineups. That's very good.
1-1 pitch is low. Now 2-1 the count.
I have that for football, but why in the world would you bring that for softball, right?
Yeah, especially at state. Why would you expect any of that?
Yeah.
And this is grounded to third, and it gets away from Audrey White. So we'll see how they ruled this one.
That should be a base hit. It was a hard-hit ball.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to just stop the ball from going into the outfield. Audrey White didn't make the play, didn't throw it to first, so that's going to be an infield single. As I try to update the stats here, showing bunt is the batter for Lomira. That's number 33, Isabella Meisenheimer. Runner on first, no out, 0-1 count. Dodgeville leading 2-1, top of the fourth inning. Here's a pitch from Annika Lord. Ball gets past Meisenheimer. Runner doesn't advance. 0-2 the count.
She must have touched that ball because...
Yeah, it must have been a foul ball.
Although it sure didn't look like it coming off the...
Yeah, there was no sound or anything, and we can hear it pretty clearly where we're at. Here's the 0-2. That one just off the plate for ball one.
If this rain ever stops and the sun comes out, it's going to get extremely hot.
Yeah. Lomira has 1 run on 4 hits. Dodgeville 2 runs on 5 hits as this one is popped up to short. Making the catch is the shortstop, number 7, JoJo Heimerl. That's going to be the first out of the inning. Runner on first. Dodgeville leading 2-1. Bob Hunhausen, your Platteville Edward Jones representative, salutes our athletes on their hard work. Protect your team investments with Bob Hunhausen, Edward Jones Investments, Business 151, Insight Drive in Platteville. Tegan Sikora is now batting. She bunts this one. Throw to first. Runner is out. Advances the base runner to second. So 1 runner on, now 2 outs for the Lomira Lions. As that brings up number 16, Morgan Schrader, the designated player. She's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back. 0-1 the count.
So the interesting question I think we'll have after the game is where on a college campus could you find towels for sale?
Maybe the swimming pool?
I think those are just rentals. That would be all right, actually, but
0-1 pitch fouled down the third base line.
I have a feeling that swimming towels are probably going to be standard equipment now for the game bags.
And hopefully we won't need them until August going forward.
Yeah, believe it or not, less than 2 months football starts.
Yeah.
But before that, if Dodgeville wins, we will bring you the Dodgers in either Prescott or Peshtigo. That'll be tonight at 6:40 on 97.7 Country WGLR.
The 0-2 pitch is low for ball one. Feels like we just did football like 2 months ago.
Weird. Maybe volleyball too? I had that thought too.
Yeah, I'm all sorts of confused. Here's the 1-2. This one grounded to third, but playable. Throw to first is in time. Lomira gets a base runner on, but can't bring her home. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Dodgeville leading 2-1 here on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL.
Queen Bee Radio has your chance to cheer on the crew in person. We're giving away tickets to Milwaukee baseball games. Sign up to win at Okies Market in Cassville, the Upstairs in Platteville, the Gym in Platteville, the Shoebox in Black Earth, Country Kitchen in Platteville, and Napa Auto Parts in Boscobel. Remember, if you can't make it to the game, listen to the Upstairs Sports Bar coverage of Milwaukee baseball all season on AM 1590 WPVL, presented by Okies Market and Napa in Boscobel.
Small town, big deals. That's Okies Market. where you'll get friendly, personal service. Make this your one-stop shop for groceries, fresh produce, and meat. Throwing a party? Let Okies do all the work. Veggie, fruit, or cheese and sausage trays. A variety of sandwiches, hot dishes, decorated cakes, and of course all your beer and liquor needs. Have a special request or want to know more about our catering? Just ask yours truly, Okies Market in Castle, Wisconsin, where we'll carry out your groceries too. Like us on Facebook or visit us at okiesmarket.com.
Dodgeville leading Lomira 2-1 on Edward Jones Babenhausen coverage of the WIAA Division III State Softball Semifinal. Today's game is presented by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. Dodgers now up to bat. Batting now is number 2, Carly Wolf, followed by Sarah Graber and Lucy Heimerl. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Now the count is 1-1.
Peterson Agency halftime report is presented by the Peterson Agency in Argyle, specializing in home, farm, auto, and umbrella policies. 1 run for Lomira at the top of the first, 1 run for Dodgeville in the bottom of the first, and then another run in the second. It was a double and a run scoring on a wild pitch in the top of the first. And then a triple in the run scoring on a wild pitch.
Gessner's one ball. Yeah, Gessner's 1-2 pitch is high for ball 2. 2-2 the count.
And then Wolf walked and scored on the base hit by Grace Graber. And that's where we sit right now, 2-1.
Carly Wolf looks at strike 3. That one right down Wisconsin Avenue, doesn't swing. 1 away in the bottom of the fourth. I want to thank Clare Bank with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Sarah Graber now in the batter's box. She fouls the first pitch straight back behind the press box.
Lomira is in the Flyway Conference. I think I started to mention and didn't finish that Winnebago Lutheran was undefeated in both the regular season and in the regionals.
Swinging a miss, strike 2, 0-2 the count to Sarah Graber.
And they were ranked number 1 until Chilton ran into them and knocked them off in the sectional semifinal, and then Lomira beat Chilton to get here.
Here's the 0-2. That one's high, ball 1.
But if you want difficult postseason paths, that's obviously Dodgeville, because they beat 6th ranked Broadhead in the regional final, and then in the sectional.
1-2 pitch is low, 2-2 the count.
They beat River Valley, 3rd ranked, which of course beat Dodgeville twice in the regular season. And then they beat Poinette, their postseason nemesis the last few years, which was ranked 4th.
2-2 pitch, chopped foul behind the umpire, still a 2-2 count.
So it's a very even field, but the fact that Dodgeville had to play 3 ranked teams, no one had more than 1 other than Dodgeville.
Dodgeville, of course, the number 1 seed. Here's a 2-2 pitch. This one fouled back. Hits the roof of the press box this time.
And the advantage of that is that the number 1 seed, the higher seed is the home team.
Right.
So you get last at bat. So that proved pretty important in the win over Poinette on Wednesday.
And Graber hits this one to center field, and the 2 players run into each other in the outfield. Sarah Graber's going to be safe at first.
That's got to be an error, but I'm not sure. What do you think, error in center field?
Yeah, it was Riley Bates and the center fielder. They collided in center field. Neither one was able to come up with the ball. Either way, Sarah Graber on first, 1 on, 1 out. And this one is hit into the gap in right field. It's going to be at least a double. Sarah Graber stays at third, now comes home. Play at the plate. She is out. Oh my goodness. That was a great throw from the right field side. Get Sarah Graber out at the plate. It's going to be a triple for Lucy Heimerl, or a double, and she advances to third. So runner on third, now 2 away. with Grace Graber at the plate. Here's a pitch. That is going to be, what do they rule that one? Ball one. Here's the 1-0 to Graber. That one's a strike. Now 1-1.
You know, I'm not sure that Graber wanted necessarily to come home, but she was, Heimer was right behind her, so she may have felt that she, you know, the third base coach, Gene Van Dyke, may have felt, you got to send her.
Grace Graber swings and misses a strike two. Now 1-2 count with 2 outs. Dodgeville leading 2-1. And this one is hit down the right field line foul. We'll do the 1-2 count again.
Boy, that's big, though, to have a runner throw it out at the plate.
That could be a huge momentum swing. And this one is hit into the gap past second base. Lucy Heimer scores. It's going to be an RBI single for Grace Graber. And now Dodgeville adds to their lead 3-1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth.
And that is, of course, a Midwest One Bank RBI. Score more with Simply Better Banking. Midwest One Bank, member FDIC. And that's her second RBI of the game.
Now batting is JoJo Heimer. This one's hit into right field. And advancing to third is Grace Graber. So runners at the corners now for the Dodgers. And they're doing quite a bit of damage here with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth.
Suddenly that run thrown out at the plate doesn't quite seem so bad now, does it? All this with 2 out.
Yeah, you think that might be a potential momentum swing, but now it's turning even more in the favor of the Dodgers here. Now batting is number 4, Daniel Mykroot. She's 1 for 2. First pitch is low, and advancing to second on a stolen base is JoJo Heimerl.
And of course, that situation, you got runners first and third. You always send the runner from first because that makes the catcher decide, do I try to throw her out?
Right.
And then risk having a runner come in from third base, even with 2 out.
1-0 pitch is low and inside. Now a 2-0 the count with 2 outs. Dodgeville leading 3-1, bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. And that is just in there for a strike. 2-1 now the count to Danny Mykroot. Mykroot 1 for 2 on the ball game so far. And this one is just fouled down the third base line. I want to thank Farmers Savings Bank for the locations of Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb. They want you to get a great low mortgage rate. Call today. Congratulations to all the area athletes from Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC. Here's the 3-1. This one fouled back, now a full count to Danny Mykroot. Danny Mykroot playing center field, 1 for 2 on the ball game. As the umpires chat, the home plate umpire and the third base umpire. Mykroot stepping back into the box. Now they adjust the scoreboard. It's 2-2. That one's going to be called strike 3 looking, and that will end the fourth inning. Dodgeville adds 1 run into the fourth. We now head to the fifth. Dodgeville leading 3-1. Here on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL.
There is definitely an art to handcrafting a rich, creamy Culver's concrete mixer. Start by scooping our so incredibly fresh vanilla or chocolate frozen custard. Then add whatever mix-ins you crave.
Culver's in Platteville, Dubuque, Galena, and Prairie du Chien.
Hi, this is Steve Schmidt, owner of the Shoebox in downtown Black Earth. We have thousands of pairs of shoes in stock, no waiting. So stop in anytime, specializing in size, selection, and fit. We will save you money. P.S. We measure both feet. Stop into the Shoebox, the largest shoe store at the north end of Black Earth.
Lactalis American Group in Belmont, the world's largest dairy company, is now hiring to fill their increased demand. Apply now to be eligible for a $2,000 hiring bonus. Starting pay is up to $20.50 an hour. Experienced candidates can earn even more. Lactalis offers excellent benefits, including health insurance, paid time off, and 401k. Must be 18 or older. For details, text CHEESE to 72345. That's CHEESE to 72345.
Properties LLC out of Dodgeville owns and operates In the Beginning Child Care and Learning Center with locations in Boscoville and Prairie du Chien. Mark your calendars now to attend their fundraiser, Jam It On to Wisconsin, paying it forward Friday, August 6th, 5 to 10, with music starting at 6 o'clock. Top of the fifth inning, 3-1 Dodgeville. First pitch is ball one to the number 9 hitter, Kirsten Litterick, who grounded to second back in the third inning. The Michael Microop Band will be playing at the fundraiser. Portions of the proceeds will go back to the local fire and EMS. 2 balls and no strikes. 3-1 Dodgeville over Lomira in the top of the fifth inning. Dodgeville with single runs in the first, second, and fourth inning. And that's a blooper to second, picked up by Maggie White. The throw not in time. Infield single for Litterick. And back to the top of the order in Bates, who is 2 for 2. She doubled and scored the only run of the game for Lomira in the first on a pass ball, and then singled in the third. But you sure feel better about things with a 2-run lead versus a 1-run lead. First pitch is outside for ball one. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic offers chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic, ultrasound, and electric therapy for your entire family. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic, located in Dodgeville, serving all of southwestern Wisconsin. That's a called strike at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. If it wasn't for the rain, and the rain is now stopped happily, this is a terrific position. We're right between home plate and first base and the Dodgeville dugout. All the Dodgeville fans are behind us, and the 1-1 pitch is grounded past White into right center field for a base hit, and it goes all the way to the wall. That's going to score a run, and a runner going to third. That will be a triple for Bates. She's 3 for 3, and scoring is Litterick. And suddenly it's 3-2, and the tying run at third with nobody out in the top of the fifth. Here's Sitzberger, who sacrificed in the first and struck out in the third. Suddenly you don't feel so good about this. Top of the fifth, 3-2 Dodgeville. And there's the bunt, and that's going to score. Oh, the throw to the plate is not in time, and the runner is safe. So that will be a sacrifice fielder's choice for Sitzberger. She gets an RBI as Bates scores, and we are tied at 3. And she's at first, and here's Gassner, who walked in the first inning, and then a single in the third, and now a mound conference. And while they briefly discuss, today's game brought to you by the Dodge Point Country Club, now open every day for golfing. Choose from a variety of memberships, including the popular 10 pass packs available, which include 10 18-hole rounds with cart. Dodge Point Country Club, located between Mineral Point and Dodgeville, and the first pitch is upstairs to Gassner. And all of a sudden, we're back to even at 3. And nobody out. Next pitch. That's a strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Today's game also brought to you by Dodgeville Family Chiropractic and Wellness Center, improving your health naturally through chiropractic, massage, and physical therapy services. Dodgeville Family Chiropractic and Wellness Center in Dodgeville. That just missed outside. It is 2 balls and a strike, despite Sarah Graper's effort to frame it for the home plate umpire. Here is the 2-1 pitch. Pop foul behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Today's game also brought to you by 608 Custom Screen Print in Dodgeville. They can assist you with screen printing T-shirts and sweatshirt uniforms for teams and events. Visit 608 Custom Screen Print on Facebook to send Phil or Catherine a message and your place an order. 608 Custom Screen Print in Dodgeville. Pop foul. And to right, catch is made. by the right fielder, Grace Graber, for the first out. And staying at first is Sitzberger, one away. In the top of the fifth, we're tied at 3. Here's Steinman, who struck out in the first and in the third.
Annika Lord allowed 7 hits, has allowed 1 earned run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts to this point.
First pitch is high for ball 1. Lord looks in and delivers the 1-0 pitch. That's a bunt attempt, and it's foul. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Obviously, when you get to the 5th inning, maybe before that, due to, you figure it's going to be a close game, both teams are playing the 1-run strategy at this point.
Right. And I think now, too, with the rain stopping, you would think a lot of the routine plays should be a little easier. You don't have quite as slick of a ball to work with.
1-1. Another bunt at the plate. It's a good one. The throw, nope. And it hits the runner coming out of the box, and she's out. That's a 2 unassisted. And 2 away, and now here's Hannum, who struck out looking in the first, singled in the fourth. That might be a big play right there. Now, you can tell that the weather is better because you have the laptop.
Yes, we do.
Tied at 3, 2 away, top of the 5th inning. And the first pitch, a called strike. If Dodgeville wins, and now they need a run to take the lead, if Dodgeville wins, they will play either Prescott or Peshtigo. Tonight at 7, we'll have that for you on 97.7 Country WGLR. Next pitch upstairs, and now a throw to second. Out! Sitzberger tries to steal and is thrown out 2-6. But Lomira ties the game on 3 hits. They leave, as it turns out, nobody in our score after 4.5. Lomira 3, Dodgeville 3 on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL.
AM 1590 WPVL is proud to bring back our Gallery of Graduates, presented by Culver's of Dubuque, Galena, Platteville, and Prairie du Chien, and Cuba City Family Dental. It's your chance to honor a recent graduate by going to our station's website and clicking the link to enter their picture, plus writing a brief bio about the graduate. No professional photography, please. Sponsored by First Community Bank of Galena and Apple River State Bank, Galena, Hazel Green, Apple River, Elizabeth, Hanover, Warren, and Scales Mound. Forget about the stress of cooking and treat the family to Country Kitchen. All day Thursday, kids eat free at Country Kitchen. That's right, every Thursday, kids eat free off the kids menu with purchase of an adult entree. Enjoy your favorites like roasted turkey, homemade meatloaf, battered cod, or barbecue ribs. And your kids' meal is free. Like and follow Country Kitchen restaurants on Facebook for current deals and specials. Remember, breakfast is always an option at Country Kitchen in Platteville.
Everett Jones, Bob Hunthausen coverage of high school softball, state softball, presented by Myers Heating and Cooling Lancaster on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. We're tied at 3 going into the bottom of the 5th inning, and the first pitch is ball 1 to Audrey White, who is 2 for 2 today, singled in the first, singled in the third. Next pitch, swing and a foul off the backstop. Dodgeville with, well, let's back up. Lomira with a run at the top of the first. Dodgeville with a run at the bottom of the first and the second and the fourth. But Lomira with 2 runs in the top of the 5th. Hence, we are tied at 3. The 1-1 pitch. That's a strike called, and the Dodgeville fans behind us disagree with that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch, pop foul at the plate. The sports page in Belmont welcomes everyone to stop in for some ice cold beverages and order off our menu. Weekly specials, Friday night fish, Saturday night prime rib, and Sunday's large 2-topping pizza. The sports page serving Wednesday through Friday, 11 to 1:30 and 4:39. Open Saturday and Sunday, 11 to close. Chopped to the field of the third baseman. And that'll be a base hit. And White keeps going. The throw to second, and she is safe. Just got in at second. And so White legs out a double. And she's 3 for 3. I thought the throw beat her, but evidently the tag did not.
There was some hesitation by the umpire wanting to make that safe call. Kind of surprised that Lomira didn't come out to contest that.
Maggie White, meanwhile, swings and fouls it off for strike one. Maggie, the freshman, struck out in the first and then popped to the catcher on a great play in the third inning. Alexa Paulsbury, the catcher. That next pitch pop foul, and it's quickly 2 strikes. The defense for Lomira, Litterick in left, Sitzberger in center, and Meisenheimer in right. That's got to be a record for average length of last name. 2-strike pitch, and that's popped up behind second, and it will be the second baseman making the catch. That's Bates for the first out of the bottom of the fifth. Sikora at third, Steinman at second, at shortstop. Bates, we just heard, at second. Hannum at first. Paulsberg, the catcher, and as we mentioned, Gaster, the pitcher. And here is Cora Storkson squaring to bunt, and then she swings and hits the ball foul for strike one. Storkson struck out in the first, grounded to short in the third inning. Tied at 3, 1 out, bottom of the fifth, and I sure hope that cloud is moving away from us. Down to third baseline, but I can't say that's the case. Low, now a throw to third, and the ball goes to the right field. Rounding third and coming in to score is White, and Dodgeville has the lead back. That will be a stolen base and an error on the catcher. No RBI, but more importantly, it's 4-3 Dodgeville, and now a mound conference with Stacy Clark, the coach for Lomira. So we'll tell you that today's game brought to you by Bob's Electric in Dodgeville. They offer top quality appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, and Speed Queen. When it's time to purchase or upgrade your appliances, check out the package pricing offers that Bob's Electric in Dodgeville offers. Bob's Electric in Dodgeville. They're probably trying to figure out defense, although there's nobody aboard. Bases are now clear, but Dodgeville has the lead 4-3 with 1 out. And the 1-1 off the pitcher goes to second. The throw is not in time. Infield single. And
looks like Paige Meese, beg your pardon. She's going to be the pinch runner.
And Meese was, remember, the pinch runner. This would be a pinch runner in this case. She was the pinch runner who scored the only run of the game in the bottom of the ninth inning in beating Poydette. Here's Wolf, who walked and scored in the second, struck out looking in the fourth. 4-3 Dodgeville with 1 out in the bottom of the fifth inning. First pitch is downstairs for a ball. Land's End is proud of the Dodgers softball team and wishes them continued success through their state tournament. You know, with summer in full swing, Land's End is now hiring full and part-time positions in our Dodgeville Distribution Center. And here's the 1-0 pitch. That's low. 2 balls and no strikes. Land's End offers great pay, a variety of schedules, a generous discount, and an awesome work environment. Secure your job today by going to landsend.com/jobs. That's landsend.com/jobs. And I'm feeling raindrops again. 2-0 pitch, grounded to third, and the throw to second cannot be handled. And running to third is Meese. She's at third. That's an error. I'm not sure on the throw or the fact it wasn't fielded, Wolf reaches on a fielder's choice. And Storkson, or actually Meese, over to third base. And now Gene Van Dyke yelling to the dugout, his dugout. I think they're going to bring in another pinch runner, and they are. And it will be McKenna Riley. Oh, wait, Bailey Murphy, excuse me. Bailey Murphy will be the courtesy runner. So she's at first. And you would have to bet that there is going to be a steal here. One out. Dodgeville leading 4-3 in the bottom of the fifth inning, and the raindrops, which had been absent for a couple of innings, are starting to reappear. Well, here's Graber, who sacrificed in the first, reached on an error, but was thrown out at the plate in the fourth inning. First pitch is a strike.
Bailey Murphy does steal second base, so runners on second and third.
Next pitch, that's outside, and it's 1-1 strike. But I was just getting used to just being out, and now the rain picks up again. Well, just started, actually. That pitch is down low, and it's 2-1 strike. Been raining most of the game, which the reason we keep bringing it up is because we're outside here at King Park at UW Green Bay. That's it! Up the middle for a base hit. Moose scores. Murphy to third. It is 5-3. Graber with an RBI single, a Midwest One Bank RBI. Score more with Simply Better Bank, a Midwest One Bank member, FDIC. Now, Lucy Heimerl struck out in the second, doubled and scored, and this pitch is caught in center field. The throw back to first and getting away. And rounding third, here's the throw to the plate. She's in. And getting the second is Graber. We'll unpick that mess. The catch was made for the second out, but Wolf was able, actually Murphy was able to score from third base, and getting to third, actually at second base, is Heimerl. Check that, Graber. I'm all confused. Back to the top of the order and Grace Graber. Dodgeville leading 6-3. First pitch, a swing and a miss for Graber, who doubled and scored the first, singled in the second, and singled in the fourth. She is 3 for 3 with a run scored and 2 RBI. And Dodgeville suddenly with a cushion here. The pop fly to right, or before right. The catch is made by the second baseman Bates to end the inning. But Dodgeville, after Lomira tied the game, puts up 3, actually leaves 1 runner on, and our score after 5 in the State Division III semifinal, Dodgeville 6, Lomira 3 on ESPN Radio, AM 1590, WPVL.
Rookie's Food and Spirits on Highway 14 in Mazomanie is the perfect chaser to your shoebox shopping experience. Like Rookie's Food and Spirits on Facebook for updates on dine-in, takeout, and delivery service. Rookie's Food and Spirits.
Offered a lump sum pension buyout? Let's talk. Contact me, Ben Reeves, CFP, your Southwest Wisconsin Edward Jones financial advisor, located in Platteville on Highways 80 and 81 next to Nutrition World Health and Wellness. Member SIPC.
Streaming is powered by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. If your vehicle is due for a spring cleanup from winter's worst, let Abra Auto Body make it look good again. From small dings to bigger dents, Abra Auto Body will repair your vehicle right the first time, on time. Be ready for summer fun in a good-looking vehicle. If you've had an accident, Abra can handle the repair and deal with the insurance for you. Abra Auto Body, a division of Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready.
Anderson Weber, you get more.
Edward Jones, Bob Hunhauser coverage of the state softball tournament presented by Myers Heating and Cooling Lancaster on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL. Dodgeville leads 6-3 as we go to the 6th inning over Lomira. And back at the plate is Hannum, who was aboard. Remember when Sitzberger was thrown out trying to steal second base, and the first pitch is strike one. Lured quickly, the 0-1 pitch. That's high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dodgeville 6 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They have left 7 runners aboard. And Lomira 3 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors. They've left 4 runners aboard. The 1-1 pitch down low in the dirt. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Today's game brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proudly supporting this area's high school sports teams. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that, member FDIC and an equal housing lender. 2 balls and 1 strike. And a swing and a miss to make it 2-2. The important thing for Dodgeville today, Lomira got the first run of the game. Dodgeville answered. And then Lomira tied it, and Dodgeville, after the 2 runs in the top of the 5th, Dodgeville scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch bounced up there, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. We're also brought to you by Myers Heating and Cooling, servicing Southwest Wisconsin since 1999. Myers Heating and Cooling, where they say, don't worry, we got this. 3-2 with nobody out. And Lord's pitch, strike 3 called. On the outside corner, Hannum is retired, 1 away. Now here's Meisenheimer, who grounded to second in the second, popped to short in the 4th inning.
That was strikeout number 6 for Annika Lord. She has allowed 7 hits and 1 earned run, and also 1 walk.
Grounded to second on the first pitch. Peggy White to first, 2 away. Here's Sikora, who popped to first in the second, and a sacrifice in the 4th inning. Today's game brought to you by Wilkinson Family Chiropractic. They offer chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic ultrasound, and electric therapy for your entire family. Wilkinson Family Chiropractic, located in Dodgeville, serving all of Southwest Wisconsin. A blooper up the middle, fielded but dropped by White. Throw by Heimrell to first, not in time. And what are they going to call that?
That is a good question.
Well, it's a base runner. Runner at first with 2 out. Here's Schroeder, who struck out in the second and grounded to third in the 4th inning. And we're going to have a courtesy runner, or either a courtesy runner or a pinch runner. And what's that?
I don't see an error added to the line, so I think that's an infield single.
There is a courtesy runner, and I can't see her.
I believe it's number 33 or 34.
Jay Zingzine.
Zingzine.
Yeah, that's it. And the pitch is dropped to swing and a miss, or for ball 1 actually, and stealing second without a throw is Zingzine. Well, now I think it's. Oh, no, wait. Actually, this is Hanky McKenna. Hanky is the pinch hitter. And she hits it up the middle for a base hit, her first of the season, and that will score a run. So Hanky with a pinch hit single and an RBI. Zingzime scores to make it 6-4. And here is Litterick, the number 9 hitter. She grounded to second in the 3rd and reached on an infield single and scored in the 5th inning. And she is the potential tying run, and she takes outside for ball 1. 2 away, top of the 6th. Don't look at the ball and strike. Look at the score, which says 6-4, Dodgeville. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Today's game brought to you by Dodge Point Country Club, now open every day for golfing. Choose from a variety of memberships, including the popular 10 pass packs, available with 10 18-hole rounds with cart. Dodge Point Country Club between Mineral Point and Dodgeville pitches low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Lauren, the granddaughter of Coach Gene Van Dyke. And now the 2-1 pitch, and that just missed. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, Graber tried to frame that one like it was a strike, but the umpire didn't bite.
Three and one with 2 away. And a runner at first base, Zingzheim. Actually, Henke. And that is a strike to make it 3-2. And to be honest about it, that looked less like a strike than the previous pitch. Oh well. 3-2 with 2 out. And certainly Henke will be taking off on the pitch. Here's the pitch. Check strike three. 1 run comes across on 2 hits, 1 left, and we're through 5.5 in the State Division III semifinal, and it's now Dodgeville 6, Lomira 4 on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL.
Hi, this is Steve Schmidt, owner of the Shoebox in downtown Black Earth. We have thousands of pairs of shoes in stock, no waiting. So stop in anytime, specializing in size, selection, and fit. We will save you money. P.S. We measure both feet. Stop into the Shoebox, the largest shoe store at the north end of Black Earth.
Which IRA is best for you? Let's talk. Contact me, Ben Reeves, your Southwest Wisconsin Edward Jones financial advisor, located in Platteville on Highways 80 and 81, next to Nutrition World Health and Wellness. Member SIPC.
The Peterson Agency in Argyle knows if you run a business, you know the most valuable things are also the hardest to get. Your business didn't grow overnight and came from years of hard work, confidence in what you could do, and making smart decisions. That's why an insurance policy from West Bend makes sense. It protects your valuable and hard-earned business so you can focus on doing what you do best. And it's all backed by the knowledge and experience of the Peterson Agency. To find out more, contact the Peterson Agency in Argyle, 608-543-3354.
Today's game also brought to you by Farmers Savings Bank with locations in Mineral Point, Dodgeville, Edmond, Hollandale, Ridgeway, and Mount Horeb. They want you to get a great low mortgage rate. Call today. Congratulations to all area athletes for the Farmers Savings Bank member FDIC. 6-4 Dodgeville over Lomira. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And the 2-3-4 batters, JoJo Heimberl, Danny Micrud, and Audrey White. Dodgeville got 3 runs to take a 6-3 lead. Lomira got another to make it a 6-4 ball game. Heimberl in the game struck out in the first, grounded to second in the second, and singled back in the 4th inning, and that's a nasty changeup for a strike from Gassner.
That is pitch number 100 for Gassner as well. So far, her stat line, 12 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts.
That pitch fouled off, and quickly 2 strikes. Of course, there is no pitch limit in softball, and I remember talking to one of the coaches who said he was very happy about that earlier in the postseason because, as you can imagine, as the pitch popped straight up, and the third baseman, Sakura, makes the catch 1 away. As you can imagine, it's the certainly baseball coaches have fits trying to navigate the pitch count.
Right.
Softball coaches don't have to deal with that. 1 away, bottom of the 6th. Here's Micrud, who singled in the first inning, lined out to third in the 3rd inning, takes a strike. She also struck out looking in the 4th inning. Lomira will have the top of their order due up in the top of the 7th inning. And that's hit up the middle, and a ground ball to second, and the throw to first from Bates to Hannum. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. Properties LLC from Dodgeville owns and operates In the Beginning Child Care Learning Center with locations in Boscobel and Prairie du Chien, and Audrey White to the plate. And the first pitch is high for ball one. White singled in the first, singled in the third, and then singled and scored, doubled and scored in the fifth inning. 1-0 pitch. That's high, 2-0. Mark your calendars now to attend the In the Beginning Child Care fundraiser. Jam It on the Wisconsin, Paying It Forward, Friday, August 6th, 5 to 10, with music starting at 6, featuring the Michael Mike Group Band. Some of the proceeds will go to local fire and EMS. The pitch is high, and it's 3 balls and no strikes, with Maggie White right in front of us on deck. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Audrey White walks on 4 pitches. Here's Maggie White, who struck out in the first, popped to the catcher in the third on a great play, and popped to second in the fifth inning. An insurance run at first with 2 out. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Land's End is proud of the Dodgers softball team and wish them continued success during their state tournament. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. With summer in full swing, Land's End is now hiring full and part-time positions in our Dodgeville Distribution Center. Land's End offers great pay, a variety of schedules, a generous discount, and an awesome work environment. Secure your job today by going to landsend.com.jobs. Landsend.com.jobs. The pitch is bounced in there, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. We'll have the Culvers cool down after the game. Hope to talk to Gene Van Dyke. We'll have the track her turning point, which might be a little difficult to figure given how this game has gone. Pitches outside, and it's 3-1 with 2 away. And Audrey White at first. And the 3-1. That's a strike on the outside corner, 3-2. And that means Audrey White will certainly be running from first base with 2 away. And a 3-2 count coming up. Dodgeville leading Lomira 6-4. 3-2. Up to right field, a base hit. Audrey White will go to third. The throw is not in time. The ball gets away. Here comes White to the plate. The throw, and she is safe. The throw to third is not in time. Wow. Well, scored for starters. Maggie White with the Midwest One Bank RBI. Audrey White scores all the way from first base. She was running on the pitch. Maggie White gets all the way to third, and it's 7-4 Dodgeville. And here is Starkson, who struck out in the first. Grounded us short in the third. First pitch is ball 1. And then reached on an error, and her pinch runner, Meese, scored in the fifth inning. That's downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes.
Dodgers have scored in every inning except the third.
And as we said, every time that Lomira has scored, Dodgeville's had an answer. And that is hit to center field. Drops in for a base hit. Maggie White scores. Storkson with her second hit of the game and a Midwest One Bank RBI. You'll always score more with Simply Better Banking, Midwest One Bank, member FDIC, and Dodgeville now leads 8-4. And now the first and third base, or actually the first base umpire and the home plate umpire, we're talking about something. The third base umpire is actually now at second base because there's a base runner at first. So Dodgeville back up by 4, and here is Wolf, who walked and scored in the second inning, struck out looking in the fourth, and then reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the fifth inning. And the first pitch is strike 1. Next pitch. Swing and a miss and a off-speed pitch, and it's quickly 2 strikes. That's been really the key in this game. Lomira's either taken the lead, tied the game, or gotten close, and Dodgeville has answered every run for Lomira as the pitch fouled off, and it's 2 strikes. So Dodgeville, which has 2 second-place finishes, 1994 and 2000, and they are 3 outs away from at least getting to the championship game. That pitch is upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes, which will be tonight against the winner of the second game between Prescott and Peshtigo, and we'll have that for you if Dodgeville's there on 97.7 Country WGLR. Pitch is a swing and a miss. The ball gets away, and the throw is not in time at first. So Wolf gets aboard on a strikeout wild pitch. Strikes it to second. And here is Sarah Graber sacrificing the second. Reached on an error, but was thrown out at the plate in the 4th and singled in the 5th. Dodgeville leading 8-4 with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch low for ball 1. Sorensen's still in there at second base. That is because if they take, since they pinch ran for her, they took her out to pinch run for her again, then she's done for the night, or day actually. Swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. I said night because, it's kind of dark.
Right.
Although, from the Dodgeville perspective, it's brilliant sunshine because they're leading by 4 in the Division III semifinal. That is hit to right center. Dropped for a base hit. Around third, Struxon. The throw is up the line. And it's 9-4. Struxon scores another Midwest One Bank RBI. For Graber, you'll always score more with Simply Better Banking Midwest One Bank member FDIC. And on the hit, Wolf to second. Now Lucy Heimerl takes low for ball 1. 9-4 Dodgeville. Well, let's see if she gets a... No, there's only a 5-run lead. That pitch is upstairs and ends up behind a backstop, and both runners advance. Wolf to third, Sarah Graber to second. On the wild pitch, which would not have been a strike to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Or is that a contemporary statement anymore? Meanwhile, the pitch a ball, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. Grace Graber at the top of the order is on deck. 3-0. And that's line dropped by the shortstop. The throw to third is not in time. Another run scores. It's 10-4. Heimer will get a fielder's choice and an RBI once again by Midwest One Bank. You'll always score more with Simply Better Banking Midwest One Bank member FDIC. Graber safe at third. And it's 10-4. So it's first and third with 2 out, and Dodgeville now teeing off on Gassner. And now a mound conference, which will allow me to tell you that Land's End is proud of the Dodgers softball team and wishes them continued success during their state tournament, which looks like it's going to have one more game. With summer in full swing, Land's End is now hiring full and part-time positions in our Dodgeville Distribution Center. Land's End offers great pay, a variety of schedules, a generous discount, and an awesome work environment. Secure your job today by going to landsend.com/jobs. That is landsend.com/jobs. Grace Graber pops it up on the first pitch, and that will be caught by the shortstop, Steinman, to end the inning. But 9 batters, and 4 of them score. 2 runners left or score after 6 in the State Division III semifinal. Dodgeville 10, Lomira 4 on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL.
Queen Bee Radio, would like to take a moment to salute all of the hardworking farm families in the tri-state area that make June Dairy Month so special. Whether you're enjoying an extra tall glass of ice-cold milk or enjoying some delicious farm-fresh cheese, remember to think about where our dairy products come from and thank a farmer. This June Dairy Month message is brought to you by the Grant County Dairy Promoters, Nodoff Lumber of Belmont and Darlington, and Mound City Bank.
Sports is presented by Ben Reeves CFP, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Platteville. Are you selling your farm? Give Ben a call. Member SIPC, located by Nutrition World on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville.
Need funds fast? A buy local loan from Wisconsin Bank and Trust allows you to use the funds for any purpose. Replace a broken water heater or upgrade your furniture. Funds are typically available within 2 to 3 business days. Visit WisconsinBankandTrust.com to get started today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Edward Jones, Bob Hunthausen coverage of high school state softball presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster. On ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, Dodgeville, 10 runs, 16 hits, 1 error. Lomira, 4 runs, 9 hits, 5 errors. As the Dodgers are 3 outs away from their 3rd appearance at the state championship game in school history. They lead 10-4. Top of the order, Bates, Sitzberger, and Gassner for the Lomira Lions. And Annika Lord's first pitch bounced up there to Bates, who started the game with a double and then scored on a pass ball in the first, singled in the third, and an RBI single in the fifth. So she's 3 for 3, which you would be a little more concerned about if it wasn't for that 10-4 Dodgeville lead. Next pitch bounces up there, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Lomira first went to state in 2015. They lost in the first round. Stacy Clark was the coach then and now. They have the 2-0 pitch, swing and a foul back at the plate, 2-1 as the raindrops start to make a reappearance. Gene Van Dyke has been the coach for 31 years in all 3 Dodgeville State Tournament appearances. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Behind us, by the way, we should point out there's a banner that says, her ACL may not be fixed, but hear the wrath of number 6. That, of course, refers to Olivia Argold, who, among other things, was a 4-year, as the pitch fouled away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. She was a 4-year basketball starter at Dodgeville High School, and she would have been a 4-year starter in softball except for 2 things. COVID last year and the fact that she hurt her knee during the basketball season last year. Or I should say the last season back in the winter. Here's the 2-2 pitch and fouled off, and it's still 2-2. So she is, I think, probably the most athletically talented team manager you can probably find. She's the team manager still wearing the number 6 uniform. And she and her teammates are 3 outs away from going to the state championship game. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! And a curveball for strike 3. 1 away. Sitzberger, a sacrifice in the first, struck out in the third, and a sacrifice in the fifth. She reached base and then was caught stealing to end what looked like it was a comeback attempt in the 5th inning. Actually, that tied the game at 3, but then 3 runs for Dodgeville in the 5th and 4 in the 6th. And now Olivia Bresky, a senior, will bat. Batting .065, 281 OPS, 1 RBI, on the season. And the first pitch is ball 1. Well, Bates is a senior. Bresky is a senior. Tenley Gassner, the pitcher, who's on deck, is a senior. But that's it for what is actually kind of a small roster for Lomira. So they'll have a lot back. That's a called strike, and it's 1-1. The Lions, making their second state trip, they will certainly be loaded, although they'll have to find a new pitcher. at least a new starting pitcher next season. And the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. Properties LLC out of Dodgeville owns and operates In the Beginning Child Care and Learning Center with locations in Prairie du Chien. Mark your calendars now for their fundraiser. Jam It on the Wisconsin, paying it forward Friday, August 6th, 5 to 10. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Music will start at 6, by the way, with the Michael Microot Band. Portions of the proceeds will go back to local fire and EMS. Broski strikes out, and Gassner is to bat. Dodgeville 1 out away from going to the state championship game. And the first pitch, called strike. Strike 1. Gasser walked into first, singled into third, flied to right in the fifth. Her final appearance in high school softball. And a swing and a foul, and the Lions are down to their final strike. And the Dodgeville fans all on their feet behind us. 2 strikes with 2 out. Ward's pitch. And we'll see you tonight. Ward retires Lomira 1-2-3 in the 7th. Dodgeville wins 10-4. And the Dodgers at 27-3 head to the Division III state championship game against Prescott or Peshtigo. Tonight at 7, we'll have the game for you tonight at about 6:40, assuming weather doesn't mess us up, on 97.7 Country WGLR. Dodgeville beats Lomira 10-4 to head to the state. Edward Jones, Bob Hunt has a coverage of state softball presented by Myers Heating and Cooling of Lancaster on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. Dodgeville beats Lomira 10-4 to head to the state championship game tonight against either Prescott or Peshtigo. And in that game we will have for you 97.7 Country WGLR, a 6:40 start here at King Park. 10-4, Dodgeville beats Lomira. Back for more after this on ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL. Dodgeville beats Lomira 10-4 to head to the state Division III championship game against either Prescott or Peshtigo. And the season ends at 17 wins and 4 losses for Lomira, and we'll be back after.
That's what I thought.
Yep, we're going to take care of this right now. Gene Van Dyke, the Dodgeville coach, joins us. Thanks for joining us. And I guess the first thing that comes to mind about this game is that Lomira got the lead. You answered. Lomira tied the game. You answered. Lomira cut it to 2, and you answered. You had an answer every time Lomira did something on offense.
We can hit. No ands, ifs, or buts. You saw for both teams, including the coaches, that the pressure of the game impacted it. And I think that the turf had some impact on it, too. Equal for both teams, but definitely an impact.
As far as your team when Lomira was batting, how'd you feel like he did? Annika was not as dominant as she was perhaps against Poydette, but on the other hand, you're talking about a team that's pretty good, obviously.
Yeah, well, I would say she wasn't, but they scored the runs without getting the ball out of the infield to get them on, and then our center fielder fell down. So both these plays should have been made.
Right. And again, the other thing is you guys had an answer every time that it looked threatening, basically. They came back to tie it, but you got the lead back. So how do you feel about going to the state championship game for the 3rd time?
Worn out.
Kind of an early day today, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. But there isn't anywhere else to go. We're in the last game, so we'll see how it falls.
What's this going to be like now for the next few hours? You're going to get a chance to talk to the team about what needs to improve or anything like that for the championship game, or what?
No, we're going to go back and eat sandwiches and probably hit the pool for half hour and relax, and then we'll do what we can do.
All right. Thanks a lot, and we will see you tonight for the state championship game. Thanks for joining us. Gene Van Dyke, the Dodgeville coach.
Alrighty.
Dodgeville beats Lomira tonight 10-4 to advance to the state championship game against Prescott or Peshtigo. And we'll be back with the Culver's Cool Down, presented by Culver's in Dubuque, Galena, Platteville, and Prairie du Chien. After these messages on ES, Dodgeville 10 runs, 16 hits, 1 error. They left 9 runners on base. Lomira 4 runs, 9 hits, 5 errors. 5 runners left on base. Annika Lord, the winner, and Tedley Gasser, the loser. And so the Dodgers move on to the Division III championship game against Prescott or Peshtigo. That'll be tonight.
I'm just going to go with the 5th inning in general. Dodgeville is up 3-1. Adding on to that, they were actually tied at 3 in the 5th inning, and then Dodgeville started padding on the runs, scoring 3 in the 5th inning, 4 in the 6th inning. So the beginning of the 5th inning, where Dodgeville really started that run, for me is the Tri-Core turning point, because at that point Lomira had put up little offense. They did score 1 run in the 6th, but no real offensive threat the rest of the way.
And Dodgeville with 16 hits in the ball game. That Tri-Core turning point, presented as always by Tri-Core Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tri-Core Insurance today. Certainly Dodgeville, it was a little bit of a ragged game. They only had the 1 error, but there were a few number of instances of wild pitches, pass balls, and some plays that could have been made and weren't, that sort of thing. But the key theme really in this game, again, was whatever Lomira get, take the lead in the 1st, tying the game in the 5th, cutting to within 1 run in the 6th. Dodgeville always had an answer.
Right, and give credit to Dodgeville for being resilient, and also weather was a factor in the early part of this game. You know, you might not think about how much the rain actually affects the play out in the field, but those ground balls and those throws to first aren't necessarily as easy with a wet ball. So give credit to Dodgeville for only really having the 1 error. To their credit, they played a solid game defensively and got timely hits. Again, the only inning they didn't score was in the 3rd inning, so they were consistently on Lomira throughout the game, putting the pressure on them. Lomira just unable to answer.
One more point about the next game, which is Prescott and Peshtigo. It's a pair of first-year coaches. For Peshtigo, it's Bill Wickman. If that last name sounds familiar, it should, because Bill Wickman is the older brother of Bob Wickman. Mm-hmm. Some people know him as a former Brewers and Yankees reliever. Other people know him as the River Valley baseball coach.
Right.
And then Prescott, their coach, is Nick Johnson. He is also in his 1st season, and he played for the legendary Gordy Gillespie, the all-time winningest college baseball coach at Ripon College. And played actually some pro ball as well, so he